If you want to see a 300-year-old body, watch this video. There's nothing paranormal or creepy about it, although it could have gone a very different way. These ladies were so brave. I do not think I would have been as brave, but it's pretty cool. So I wanted to share it anyway because you guys tagged me in it. So original creator is tagged below. Check this out.
So my sisters and I just got back from Norway, and part of the trip was spent looking up and searching for where our great-grandparents were born. So my grandma's dad was baptized in a tiny church in a town called Hiiiiii. So we traced down that little church. So we start walking around the cemetery, and we're just kind of looking at headstones and looking to see if any of our family names are on any of these, and we hear the organ playing. And we're like, we're trying to figure out how to get in this damn building, but none of the doors have handles on them. So we're walking around, and we could find one door that had a handle on it. And we can still hear the organ playing, and we're like, what the hell? So we open the door, and I walk into this like little workroom area, and there's a guy standing behind the door. And I explained that we were Americans, and that our great-grandfather, we believe, was baptized in this church, and we just wanted to look around a little bit. Then he proceeds to tell us that it was built in 1686. So this church is over 300 years old. And then he says that the guy that built it is buried right under us. So then he says, do you want to see him? And we're like, do we want to see him? He says, you can see him. Like, see him, see him. And we're like, you can see his body? And he's like, yeah, you can see his body. So we're like, yeah, who doesn't want to see a body? He says, okay, well, you go look around, and then when you're done, you come back outside. All right, so we're looking around the church, and we're taking all these cool pictures. So we get done taking our pictures, and we walk back out the workroom to go back outside, and here he stands with the trap door to the cellar open, padlock in hand, pointing down to this cellar. Now, normal people would be a little bit cautious. I didn't even think of this until I got home, and my husband's like, whoa, you could have been easily kidnapped. But 3 stupid American women follow this guy down into this cellar.
He was a big man from Denmark, and we were in union with Denmark since here was another coffin with his daughter, but it was so yeah. You can look if you see in the end there, come from both sides. Okay. You can.
Now keep in mind the organ player was upstairs practicing, so our screams for help would have gone unheard. He proceeds to tell us that if you go up to the top, where it's like the top of it is up against the wall, it's open and there's holes in it because it's so old and deteriorated that you can see inside. And he says, take your phone, shine your light in there. Okay. So then his phone rings and he exits the cellar. Still oblivious to the fact that he could shut that trap door and we're trapped forever. Stupid Americans. So we're left down there alone with this 300-year-old coffin, 320-some-year-old coffin and corpse, and we're sticking our phone in the hole to see this dead body. So I fully expected to just see some like pile of decay, or I don't even know what I expected to see. Anyway, 300 and some odd years later, we're down there poking around, disturbing this guy's everlasting resting in peace, taking pictures of him, and this is what's in there. So after a bunch of oohing and ahhing and this is cool and holy shits, we went back upstairs, and he was up there waiting for us. He was done with his phone call, and you know, he asked us if we took pictures. Yeah, and I'm like, isn't it disrespectful to take pictures of the dead? And he said, no. He says, they're all over the internet. Well, side note, I get home and I searched the Norwegian internet, the Norwegian Google or whatever. I've searched I can't find any pictures of him, so here he is. So anyway, I should apologize to Mr. Anders Simonson, who died in 1696, for taking pictures of his lifeless and mummified corpse. but it was really cool.